Pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, let's have a roll call of attendance, please.
Commissioner Wagner?
I'm here.
Commissioner Stacy?
Here.
Commissioner Zoller?
Here.
Okay, sign the journal. We have a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Seconded.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Zoller?
Yes.
Commissioner Stacy?
Yes.
Commissioner Wagner?
Yes. Okay, old business that we didn't discuss.
Old business, Travis is coming in to update us on the cemetery, so he may be coming in here
Okay.
a little bit. I know he had a short time frame that he would update us, so he'll be in shortly.
He's on the timeline. When he comes,
Yeah,
we need to get
if
him
we
in
get-
right away.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So, I don't think I had any other old business.
Okay, Nicole? Mr. Zoller?
Nope.
Mrs. Stacy?
Just one brief update. A while back, I mentioned I would work with the Township Association on doing maybe some improvements to our representation at the fair, not the Township Association, but it's a kind of a joint effort with the county engineers. So I am continuing that process. Tanya's been helping me a little bit identify just a little bit of maybe some recycled money if we did a new banner instead of the hard, I'll say plywood, I'm not sure what the wood was, masonite board or something, and it having to be redone anyway because of changing of names and whatnot. But, so we're working on that and working with the Township Association and
Okay,
making some changes.
great,
So,
great, great. Okay, I thought I saw our Eagle Scout come by.
Yep, he's hiding.
Okay. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in today. Do you want to say something about your work at the cemetery or that project?
Oh, yeah. First thing I'd like to say is I apologize for how I'm dressed. I just came from summer school. I hope that's not a big deal.
No.
I actually wrote a little bit of something. Hello, I'm Travis Gase, Life Scout of Troop 444. Actually, get to the doorway. You may remember me, you may not. I am the scout that is working on the Escambia County Cemetery for resetting the stones and refurbishing the cemetery. We have fundraised since the beginning of the project, and we hoped for right around $5,000. We have gotten about half due to economic reasons, but we have tried. Regardless of the money, we will be pressing on with the project and fundraising as we go, as soon as possible. Probably within the next week, if not this week. We are still accepting any assistance, whether it be equipment, materials, donations, whatever. Really, this isn't really my Eagle project anymore. This is more of just to honor the deceased members of our community rather than to give me another rank in my Boy Scouts.
Well, good. Now, I talked to Tanya this morning. She thought there might be some recycled funds available for this.
As long as it's got the 25% in it.
Okay, okay. I don't know how much, maybe we ought to ask
Yeah.
her how much that could,
Travis, what are you trying to do out there?
yeah. it's good.
What's the objective? I know to make the cemetery better, but specifically.
A lot of the stones out there are leaning over, or they're not in the ground anymore, they're broken off. We are going to reset, place them upright in a more, just, what's the word I'm looking for? Uniform way. Basically just make it look more presentable and honorable to the people that are there.
Right. Oh, thank you. That's
Yeah.
great. That's great.
I had the opportunity to go out there last week with Mr. Brian Ball, and I think there was 7 five unmarked graves that I believe is and I have a price of $245 per stone. That would be to have Welly's Monument go ahead and put the foundation in and put the stone in. And these date back 5, 6, 7 years that haven't been done for people that have been buried there. And I believe that it's the responsibility of the county to maintain the county cemetery in a uniform manner and try to go with the same type of stone that has been out there for 100 years to continue with that. And I believe that part, now there's some investigation we have to do, because I understand that if some of these individuals that are buried out there, if they died in the city, that the city's responsible for some of that, so we'd have to go through the archives and find out these individuals and where they passed away at. But those five, I believe, are part of either a county, city responsibility, and then, the other part of it. I mean, overall, the cemeteries for an indigent cemetery, it's in respectable shape, but I believe it is our responsibility to keep it up and to maintain it at the level it should be. And that's, they put the gravestones in the upright position. I applaud what you're doing there.
All right.
And, I mean, $2,500 of just putting foundation, I think would go a long, long way. And I don't know if in my mind, that the county's responsibility, or really if we can, we need to replace, or not replace, but to put 5 stones on that are missing out there, that the people that have been buried in the last, again, 7, 8 years have not got the stones. And so that we need to do. That's a given, in my mind.
Yeah.
Just jump in.
No, but was it the other markers, or was that, am I mixing up something,
Yeah, those were temporary until
okay.
we could
until-
figure out
okay.
a more permanent.
Okay, that wasn't something that stays for the veterans or anything like that?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Well, we sure thank you for what you're doing out there.
Yeah.
It's a great project, whether it's your Eagle project or not. We appreciate what you're doing and keeping us informed. And you think you're gonna be working on it this summer then, probably?
Yeah, most likely.
Great.
Yeah, a lot of it.
Yeah.
What do we do to address these 5 stones that are unmarked, 5 graves that are unmarked now? And we do have a cost, again, with Welly's Monument of $200 for the stone and $45 for the foundation to put it in.
I don't
Those
know.
are recent. I can remember burying 3 or 4 folks there. There's some rule if they pass away and they have no relatives or something.
Yeah.
There's kind of a narrow thing under revised code that we're responsible for them.
Right. And
Well,
we
they're
did take
buried in our cemetery.
Yeah, oh, we did
Yeah,
it, we did it.
these are recent.
And the engineer opened the ground and
When I say recent, I think it was 2003 was the oldest.
And some of the ones that were in the city, we'd like to help out with the city instead of having them bear the responsibility to do that. We had offered the city, if something like that happens, allowing, offering our services basically to work with the city, because they don't have a cemetery, so they would have to pay a cemetery to have, so they, we
Can we
work together with
investigate
them.
those 5 names out there of
Oh, yeah.
where they passed away at?
I
We
think
have all
Come
that.
back and report to this commission so that we
Yep.
can either petition the city that, hey, 2 of these are yours, 3 are ours, or whatever.
Yep.
But the long and short of it is, I believe it is, as commissioners and city, it's our responsibility to maintain that cemetery as what it has been for the last 100 years. And we've been negligent since 2003.
well, at the time of burial, I don't believe a stone was probably ever planned.
No, was
There was no
not.
stone planned for any of that.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
were just, we fulfilled our obligation and gave them a resting place, so that no stone was planned. But if this board wants to do that, we can do that. But it's just, it was never.
The
never going
intention
to-
of
Never
the-
the intention.
Yeah. I just would like to continue on with what's been done for 100 years.
All right, do you need anything else from us?
Just normal. Just
Okay, we fully support what you're doing, and if there is a way that that recycled money can be used, you can work with Tanya Hammer on that. Would have to be a certain amount of recycled material in, I think concrete might
Yeah,
qualify
I mean,
for
Blacktop
that.
does, so I don't.
Okay.
Anything went up?
Okay, so work with Tanya Hammer out there at our front desk, and she can
All right.
see if that, thank you.
I see, I see as
Leader
dump
there.
tanks for the commissioners, a very good, you know. Money
sorry,
raising.
what's this?
Like a pie for the clerk.
I missed something
All of
there.
them.
Can I add something to that?
Sure.
Since I worked for the county part-time, and I drove that tractor a lot, can I use that tractor, if they need the tractor, would I be able to use that tractor on weekends?
Well, you're still employed, so.
Well, that's what I know. I mean, I'm
Yeah, I think it
I'm
would
on
have
the
to be.
payroll, although I hadn't been paid for years.
We haven't worked for years.
Well, that's right.
I think as long as, it would have to be a county, but you couldn't let
No.
our scout drive it. But I think if
I
you're
understand
still
that.
on the payroll, I think that would be
If
permissible.
they need it. I
Yeah.
don't know if it'll be needed or not.
Does that have a bucket on it to lift?
Yes,
it?
that's the
Yeah.
part that I
Yeah.
need. The mower would have to come off because you can't get around the stones with that mower on back. Got the 7-foot mower back there, and that mower would have to come off. But,
I don't have a problem with it. Does the board have a problem with it, Mr.
If
Bryden?
they need it, you know, I'm only,
Mhm.
thank you.
I would not have a problem.
We appreciate your help too, whether
Yeah,
it's
that's
for an
great.
Eagle Scout or not.
I'll pass that.
Honorary Eagles. You moved up.
All right, thank you. Thank you,
you.
gentlemen, for
Thank you.
coming in. Okay,
I just.
Tricia, do you want to speak to the board at this time? Or you waiting on somebody?
No, I only came in today since we have 2 new commissioners, if they had any particular questions about the collection report form. If
Oh,
not,
okay, that's part of our agenda here, all
Yeah,
right.
if not, I
we'll-
didn't really have anything.
We'll wait till that part then. Okay, let's start in on the new business.
New business?
Yes, please.
I've got bill voucher number 68. I have an appropriation adjustment within the Community Development Block Grant FY11 Fund 196, moving $4.44 from street improvements to workers' comp. I have an appropriation adjustment for the Capital Projects Fund 215, moving $7,810 from contingencies to the public safety building line, and from contingencies to the job and family services line, 6,500. The 7,800 for public safety building, the air conditioning unit in the training room downstairs has went out and needs to be replaced. And Job and Family Services is having the same issue. One of their air conditioning units is going out there. Public safety I knew about because we went out for that meeting. It was getting kind of warm downstairs. But Job and Family was the most recent. But this is money that we've had set aside for projects like this in 215. So moving total amount for $14,310. I have a resolution authorizing a fund advance from the general fund to the FY 2010 Homeland Security Grant Fund 206, moving $4,602.50 from the general fund advance out to Homeland Security. Mr. Stahl had called me last week and said that he has submitted for the reimbursement for the Homeland Security Grant Fund, and it's taking longer than anticipated, and he would like to get the bills paid that he's got outstanding. I think it's been for at least a month or so now. So, but this money should be coming in within a month. So this is just in advance so he can get those bills paid and those come back in. I have a supplement to the permanent appropriation for the ambulance service fund 064, moving $37,658.90 into equipment and $29,105.50 into other expense. This again for the Echo unit that Mr. Majors talked about in our work session, and also putting the 2013 run allowance in place. We have an appropriation adjustment within the ambulance service fund 064, moving $10,180.98 from workers' comp to the EMT workers' comp line, $5,318.53 from the workers' comp line to salaries, $681.47 from flex spend to salaries, $30 from flex spend to Medicare, and $804.24 from flex spend to other expense, and $90.26 from HSA to other expense. Total moved $17,105.48. These moves are mainly just an accounting spreadsheet error. When we did the budgets, a couple of the lines got inverted, so there was like $10,000 in flex spend, and there's only supposed to be $79 in there. So most of this movement is for just that error, and a couple is to reappropriate for the buyout of Don Kelbley. It's when Ken comes in. So that's what those were for. I have a resolution appointing members to the Seneca County Community Improvement Corporation, retroactive to January 1st, 2013. Rich Vogt as president, Fred Zoller vice president, Julie Atkins treasurer, Nicole Smith as secretary. Trustees are Jeff Wagner, Holly Stacy, Fred Zoller, Rich Vogt, Aaron Motz, and Gerald Niedermeyer. And I think we will be having a CIC meeting on June 12th.
Okay, explain to me again, CIC, what,
CIC we haven't done a lot with in the last few years. It's the community improvement. Yep. And it's a vehicle for business to use. I know we're required to use the CIC through the bonding for Heidelberg. That's what's kind of stirred up getting that CIC back involved. Instead of using the Port Authority, we use that for the hospital and Flat Rock and Good Shepherd. The Port Authority was the vehicle to run the funding through, whereas now it's the CIC. I can get more information on that. We were just trying to get that in place for this purpose, for the Heidelberg.
that information meeting will be, that's the one that's coming up
Yep.
here next week, then?
Yep.
13th,
Yep.
okay.
And you're the vice president.
Gotta know when a vice president first.
I can't ever remember attending a CIC meeting. I probably have, but I can't ever remember attending one.
Yep. Okay, I have a resolution authorizing the Seneca County Board of Commissioners to enter into an agreement contract with Lifestar Billing for ambulance billing services, retro to May 30th, 2013. Their contract wasn't on a calendar year, it's just on it's on July 1st, or June 1st to May
Is that
31st.
who we're with now?
Yes,
Okay.
yep. Just had to enter into a new contract. I have a resolution amending the board's orders of January 1st, 2013, Journal 89, page 1, establishing the ability to dispose of unneeded, obsolete, or unfit county property by means of online internet auction as an alternate to public auction or sealed bids, and charging county department administrators or directors with disposal management oversight. Talking with the auditor's office, there was wording in the previous resolution indicating that we'd still have to do resolutions every time, and this resolution that we do once a year, and we actually print this in the newspaper, that was the intent of the law, being able to do this resolution, so we wouldn't have to do resolutions every time somebody sells the four-wheelers or somebody sells any sort of equipment, computers, that we wouldn't have to do a resolution every time. But that sentence was still in the previous resolution, and Tasha had called over and asked if we could get that amended, so we wouldn't have to do that. I mean, the paperwork still comes in when it's sold. We do the fixed asset sheets, and we sign off on those, so. I have a resolution authorizing contract service agreement for the Ohio Pollution Control Loan Fund, the HSTS program. I have a resolution hiring George Morgan as an internet intermittent paramedic for the Seneca County EMS Paramedic Response Unit, effective June 4th, 2013. We have a resolution hiring Justin Wallace as an intermittent paramedic for the Seneca County EMS Paramedic Response Unit, effective June 1st, 2013. We have a resolution hiring Nicholas Houston as an intermittent paramedic for the Seneca County EMS Paramedic Response Unit, effective June 4th, 2013. And we have another one. Robert Campbell? Chapel, thank you. As an intermittent paramedic for the Seneca County EMS Paramedic Response Unit, effective June 4th, 2013. I have a resolution authorizing right-of-way easements with North Central Electric Co-op. This is a request from the prosecutor and the engineer. They've reviewed it. It's 4,400 feet right-of-way easement on County Road 3, beginning on Township Road 36, and extending the 4,400 feet south in Jackson Township. I have a resolution authorizing the purchase of a 2013 Chevy Tahoe through the Ohio Department of Administrative Services Cooperative Purchasing Program from local vendor and move bidding on behalf of Seneca County EMS. And are the assessments on the agenda or just? Okay. I have resolution authorizing the annual assessments upon benefited landowners as defined in section 6131.01 of the Ohio Revised Code, approval of proposed maintenance work for the several single county ditches presently under maintenance work for 2013, and approval of requests for maintenance assessments for maintenance work performed as submitted by the Seneca Soil and Water Conservation District, Seneca County Ditch Maintenance Department, and approved by the Seneca County Engineer pursuant to section 6137.03. And I think that's all.
Did we not have this one? Squire Sanders.
The Squire Sanders is going to be, oh no, you're right, I was thinking that was the one for the note. This is the one authorizing, resolution providing for retaining Squire Sanders LLP to provide certain legal services in connection with county financing requirements and implement projects and other financial related matters. This is the one we have to do every year. And with him moving forward with our note for the energy program, he reminded us we had to do that one. I was thinking it was the actual note and we didn't want to do that till the 25th.
Good catch.
Okay, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Seconded.
And then I have a question.
Okay, discussion on the item?
Just on all the hires, are some of them getting reinstated? Are they all new people?
These are all new gentlemen. George Morgan, actually, I think you guys are all familiar with George. George reached out to me a couple of weeks ago, said he was interested in running the ECHO unit. George has been a paramedic at the city of Tiffin for, I'd say probably 10 or 12 years now. And he originally started his volunteer service with McCutcheonville Fire and ran with Newbury EMS. So he's kind of a hometown kid, and he'll be a great addition to us. And then Rob Chappell lives in the Republic area of Scipio Township. Nick Houston is from Clinton Township. His dad is I think he's retired now. Deputy Houston. I don't want to step in the bucket.
Steve Houston, yeah.
Steve, yeah. I wasn't sure if he had actually retired. I think he had.
Steve?
Steve is his dad. And Nick's been with City of Tiffin probably 5 or 6 years now as a paramedic, firefighter paramedic, so he'll be another good addition. And then Justin Wallace is the one I previously spoke of, and he's a Green Springs paramedic that runs also with Sandusky County. So we're putting on a lot of experience, we're putting on a lot of guys, and really my intention here with these 4 hires is to provide some summer coverage, because we affectionately call this time of year trauma season, because and as you've noticed here recently in the paper, it's been extremely busy. And so if we have extra hands, many hands make light work, so that's the plan.
And they're only paid when they're on
When they're-
duty,
when they're
so
called.
it doesn't, we could hire 100 of them and it
Right,
won't
and
affect the
they're
budget.
intermittent, which is specifically so that we don't have any benefit, caught up in that. So they're all paid at that same rate, regardless of how many we have, it only costs us the salary line.
Mhm.
168 hours a week is what we're budgeted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Other questions on any of these? With the ditch maintenance thing, we're approving a list of assessments on a whole line of ditches, and I'm sure that will come down as we, maybe it's already passed me. A whole line of ditches. If you have any questions on those ditches, here for that. All right, roll call, please.
Commissioner Zoller?
Yes.
Commissioner Stacy?
Yes.
Commissioner Wagner?
Yes. Okay, any other new business?
Nope.
New business?
I'm done.
See, Trish, I had a couple questions for you. Will you be here for the Hancock County joint ditch thing at 11 o'clock?
I can be,
I don't know if we need you or not, but if there's a question, it would be helpful
yeah, I
if
can.
you're
I
here.
can-
They're coming in, let's schedule 11 o'clock.
Okay.
And the other thing is I don't suppose Huron County is ever gonna schedule Magnuson Creek.
I guess not.
Okay, it doesn't look like it's gonna happen, all right.
They keep teasing, but.
Yeah, yeah, all right. Okay, that's all I had. Public comment, anything from the public? All right, we have a meeting with Hancock County on a joint ditch resolution at 11 o'clock, so we'll just recess until 11 o'clock.